fact, a lot of arms are still out in the open. There are assault rifles, SLRs, and LMGs with lakhs of bullets. It's not a small amount of arms to be in the hand of the public. As Dada very wisely put, that looted within quotes. So we know for sure that whether it is looted or more or probably handed over. How dangerous is this armed? This situation of armed civilians, where the government is seen with from first day of the conflict to this day only with folded hands, requesting them to surrender their weapons, where no such surrender has taken place.
Absolutely. You see, the point is, as on today, the complete environment is surcharged in Manipur. And there are more than 10,000 illegal weapons which are there with both the communities. No doubt about it, all these weapons which were handed over or looted by them, there are about 5,000, only 1,000 were returned back. And there are another 5 to 6,000 weapons which have managed to come from Myanmar. So there are 10,000, the whole society charged. The pressure of the law enforcing agencies they are well equipped, well armed compared to the civilian, and that's why the law and order is easy to be maintained. But in the present situation, it is not happening this way. If you are also equipped, so are the people, so are the insurgents. So unfortunately, this is what has happened today. There are so many weapons in the society, very difficult to bring peace and order until unless you disarm them. So I suppose the roadmap should be like this. First and foremost is seal the border between Myanmar and Manipur, whatever possible it can be done. Second thing is carry out a coordinated search operation. Try to get back these weapons. Till that time, these weapons are with the public. The way you are now showing, these are even not only semi-automatic, they're automatic weapons. Peace will not come. You have to get these weapons back from them. And if you have to use force, so it be. The law and order has to come, because the gap between the two communities have increased so much. There is a mistrust. There is
General Sivach, I'll just interrupt you there for a second, sir. It is more than 4,500, 4,537 weapon and more than 6 lakh bullets, ammunition have not been illegally smuggled. They have been stolen from the Manipur police training center, sir.
Absolutely. No, you very rightly said they have been stolen and they have been given. My point is the whole society charge. And another thing is the insurgent on the either side, whether it is Kuki or Mathis, they have joined their own, larger cadre, and they are now trying to defend their own side. So the question is, until unless these weapons are not taken back from the society, the environment will remain surcharged. So you have to get it, and for that you need some sort of unified command where there is a proper head under whom they work, and that unified command works under the CM, the Chief Minister of the state. It has happened in Assam earlier, where the unified command was made when the ULFA and NDFB were very prevalent. It succeeded. The same order was then, taken to Jammu and Kashmir. The unified command is working there. So unified command to the sense that whosoever is one commander, a military commander, working under the Chief Minister of the state, so that all these operations are coordinated. I'm saying that there are two aspects to it. Okay, all these things happen, but do we allow the situation to further deteriorate and people keep on taking law in their own hand? We don't want that. We want the law and order should prevail. The weapons should be taken back by doing court and search operation. And in case you have to use force, so it be. Because law and order has to be brought back. People has to have that sense of fear that if they take law in their own hand, the law will not leave them. So this is what is required. Now, this incident which has happened on 4th of May, it has been FIR laws. Now, this has come into limelight because the videos have been circulated. There may be many more cases like this can happen, because when the society is surcharged, there is a madness. There is an animalhood which comes. You are no more a human being. And that is unfortunately which has happened. So the point today is that it has two aspects. One is whatever has happened, it is a matter of shame for every one of us. We are not proud what has happened. A strict action to be taken against the defaulter. These people should be apprehended at the earliest. 4 of them has already been done. and law should take their own hand. At the same time, move forward now. You have to ensure how you make sure that the violence reduce, law and order prevail, and then slowly and steadily you want that confidence to be built between both the society. Remember what is happening between Kohima and Imphal. The road is blocked. The essential items cannot come. And another very important point which we are missing, that in case the Manipur remains on boil like the way it is happening, it will have direct repercussions in Nagaland and Mizoram. Mizoram, because there are population which is there in Mijos, which is in Lusai Hills, basically Joe and Chin population, they are Christian, because majority of people who have run away from Manipur have gone to Mizoram. Second is the Nagas in Manipur also have a lot of appreciation of Nagas in Nagaland. So in case if we are not able to sort out this problem at the earliest, then this can have a ramification another state. Remember, Mizoram is peaceful after 86. A very good pact was signed, and I have operated there in 77, 78, 79. That is the time when the talks were started between Lal Dinga and Brigadier Byakchunga and the government of India, and it succeeded, and the peace prevailed. But in case Manipur is, is disturbed, and this can spread. So therefore, it is a requirement of the day. Let the law and order should prevail, and for that we need to make a roadmap. We have no other option but to disarm the public, and in that, if we have to use force, so it be. And the biggest victims on the either side is the woman. This we are realizing now, that the woman on the both sides would have become a victim. Few of the videos have come, few of may not come. Government is very, very stern now. They want to take action, and they mean business. It is a complex situation. It's not an easy situation, because here there is a distress and mistrust. Two communities which were staying together for years together today are considering each other enemy, and they are taking violence, and they are ready to do anything. Who could have thought the people who are staying together can do such a barbaric act? But they have done it. So therefore, and they not that they had a basically history of violence or criminal activity. They were normal people, but they did it. So the point today is some, however, bring law and order back, get these weapons back from the society, seal the border between Bangladesh, between Myanmar and Manipur, and also to ensure
Yes,
that
yes,
the
General Sivaj.
people are with
I'll
you.
come to you. Dada, I want to know, as General Sivaj was talking, why is the unified command failing in the state of Manipur? Why is it not succeeding in Manipur?
What do you mean failing? Has it been created? You need to create a proper unified command which, which reports to the chief minister, but which should be under a military commander there. And the police guys and the others will all be in that committee, and they will be meeting from time to time. And they will be meeting for two different purposes. Some meetings will be on policy, but the regular weekly meetings, the daily meetings have to take place to take stock of the operational situation. Now, are these things happening? Has the military commander in charge of the Mike sector, what used to be Mike sector, I don't know what it's called now, Manipur. I've known these commanders of the Mike sector since the days of General P.L. Kukreti. So, is it happening? It's not. Somehow the state government, in collusion with the center, because the center there is 355 there, has managed to have a situation in which the chief minister, the chief secretary, and the advisor to the chief minister have a final say, rather than the local military commander. Here also, let me say something, add to what General Srivacha said. I share all the concerns that he has, but there is a way out to get the weapons back. Rather than just launch combing operations, which have to be done in some places, these weapons are given out by police officers. And I know this for a fact. Now what the chief minister, if he intends to, has to call his DG or the governor and tell the DG, tell your thanedars, the HSO, कि आपके यहाँ से जो हथियार बाहर गया है, in whatever circumstances, it's your duty to get them back. You know who you gave them to. Get those guys to get back these weapons. Otherwise, your job is on the line. Your pension is on the line. You pull these guys up. In Bengali, there is a saying, "Kaan tangle mata se." Pull the ear and the head will come forward. So you do that. You have to take this very tough action. I fully endorse General Siwat that the time is for tough action and not for, awaz uthana. Time is for kadam uthana. So here, I think three things have to be done immediately. Number one, the formal creation of unified command and clear identification of roles in it. State police, their intelligence, are they helping the army? To the best of my knowledge, in a very limited way. The intelligence they're giving out, pretty wishy-washy most often. Second, because I'm in touch with my military friends there, I'm a Rimkolian, sir. I have friends in the and a fairly senior Rimkolian. Now here, this is what unified command is the need of the hour, and not only just unified command in structure, but in process, in operation. Number two, you have to start some kind of a political dialogue, an inter-ethnic dialogue. You have to get this dialogue going. It may not work initially, but you have to agree to disagree, or you have to sit and talk. And the last and most important point one needs to do is some exemplary punishment by identifying people who actually gave out these weapons,
Yes.
pull them up for dereliction of duty. If you have any pride of uniform, you can't be doing this nonsense that मैं मेटे ही हूँ तो मेटे गड़बड़ कर रहे हैं, उनके हाथ में हथियार हमने दे दिया, मैं कोकी हूँ तो उनके हाथ में हथियार दे दिया, हो ही नहीं सकता. When you have put on a uniform, you are no longer a Methi or a Koki. You are an Indian policeman, you are an Indian soldier. And the last point, absolutely, that I want to insist very, very firmly here is that an attitudinal crisis that I've seen has gripped Delhi and Imphal. Tribal autonomy is the need of the hour. Tribal autonomy is not a bad thing. There are people sitting in Imphal and Delhi who say, oh, tribal autonomy ko autonomy dega to kal ye state mangega. No, sir. We did that in Tripura, and today those who are talking about a separate tribal state, unko tribals घास नहीं डाल रहे हैं. Maharaj Pradut Kishore is jumping up and down in Tripura land. No tribal came forward to support him. It has fallen off. And now Maharaj is saying he's going to leave politics. The point is, this was done way back in 1980s. Tribal autonomy turns the tribals into stakeholders. So it's wrong to think that if you give tribal autonomy a substantial powers under 6th schedule and the other provisions of Indian Constitution, you will make the tribal a stakeholder in the unity of Manipur and not create divisive forces which you are creating at the moment by denying tribals their rightful share of autonomy. Tribal autonomy does create stakeholders, it does not create separatists.
Yes.
So this has to be kept in mind. At the same time, of course, the Metis concerns have to be addressed. Living space, unemployment, that's the real crisis for the Metis. Now you're talking of poppy cultivation. Fine, crack down against poppy cultivation. But also come up with a crop substitution program. I'm a farmer. I'm not a middle class shahri. I understand this. Okay, you remove poppy cultivation, but give that tribal farmer spice or some other thing that will grow there and give him a gainful income. Otherwise, the Burmese drug lords will come and provoke these people to plant poppy. And you are talking only of poppy cultivation, which is going to be a problem in future, because if the cultivation spreads, the Burmese drug lords will come here and set up processing unit. But what about processed Burmese drugs, which are coming in from Myanmar? Just to say that cookies are involved in it, no, it will be wrong. What is the Imocha cartel? Who are the people involved in it? Some of the people were caught in, as far as Delhi, having carried amphetamine tablets there in large numbers. And they were not cookies, I can tell you that. I can give you details. So, just to blame a particular community and then create these kind of complications, I'm sorry to say the government in Manipur, the ruling party, has turned an ethnic problem, giving it religious overtones. They've only complicated this problem for political mileage.
Yes.
This will not work.
Yes.
Manipur, I am against the division of Manipur, firmly against the division of Manipur, as I am against the division of Assam or Tripura. No further division, no creation of unviable states in Northeast. But give the cookies what is due to them. Give the Nagas what is due to them.
Yes.
Remind the Nagas. Yeah, why do you want Nagaland? Your people can be chief minister in Manipur. You know, have you forgotten Nishanti Singh was the longest serving chief minister of Manipur? He was a Naga. Stay in Manipur. You Tankul Nagas, if you join Nagaland, you won't be a chief minister in Nagaland, sir, because you are seen as Kacha Naga by Aos and Angamis and Chakesans and Semas. So, there are ways of doing things with people, creative ways and pragmatic ways of doing things with people. But you
Yes.
need out of the box thinking. सब कुछ हिंदुत्व के नजर से देखेंगे तो नहीं होगा.
No, no, no. Very true. Very true. Very pertinently
This
put,
is a
Dada.
country with different dynamics, and if you don't handle this dynamics, you handle this dynamics, India का बहुत बड़ा advantage है. Your lookies and activities will happen through this area. You don't handle it properly, you get what my friend, the political scientist Sanjeev Baru has said, durable disorder होगा.
True. True. Dr. Hauke,
आवाज उठाना नहीं, कदम उठाइए साहब.
true,
बहुत
true.
आवाज उठाना.
Dr. Hauke, do you see any kind of dialogue between the two ethnicity in the near future? Because if there is in a complete absence of dialogue, how do you see any movement forward?
Yes, I don't see any dialogue would happen between civil society organizations in the coming days, because people have lost complete faith on each other. So it has to come, as we have reiterated in this channel also time and again in the last 2.5 months. It has to come from Delhi. In order to bring peace in Manipur, we need to start with a kind of political solution, a political dialogue. Without that, I think nothing is going to happen. Whether it may be a minimal kind of political autonomy, or it may be a separate state, or whatever the case that has been demanded. First political solution has to be arrived at in order to bring peace in Manipur, and this has not been pushed forward by the central government so far. And this is the need of the hour, because as you look into the kind of administrative mechanisms that is functioning right now in Manipur, look into the police. It has been divided ethnically, and many of the complaints on sexual violence and others, it has been there for the last almost 3 months, and nothing has been solved, and it has not been examined by the police themselves. So looking into this, and how the administrative mechanisms function, we can see that there's nothing that works unless certain form of pressure is put upon by the external agencies. For instance, day before yesterday, we have this viral video, and that outrage only push the state government to take certain actions. Otherwise, no actions would have been taken. So any solution regarding Manipur has to come from Delhi, and there is there has to be a political solution to this. Otherwise, I don't see any kind of returning to normalcy, or people, thinking about opening schools, opening colleges, and other governmental institutions in the near future. So some kind of political solution has to be arrived at soon, so as to bring normalcy in Manipur.